very knowledgeable crowd. There were a lot of the old softball players out there, a lot of people that followed our program for a long time. We were glad to see us back on top. It's been a dry 3 years prior to this year, and we knew we had to enhance our pitching staff. We didn't expect Obima to excel as much as she did. What we did with her, and she's mentioned, was the weightlifting helped her. And I believe the fact that we took the best that she had and worked with it, and then tried to also add to her repertoire with a changeup. And I strongly believe this summer she's going to work extremely hard and come back very tough and come back with an excellent changeup. She throws the ball over 60 miles an hour, which can throw it by some people. It's got a nice rise ball. It's got a drop curve on the outside corner. And she thinks out there. A lot of freshmen will not change the call. Batters now are adjusting at the plate. They're moving in, up, back, and you call a pitch outside and they hug the plate. And that outside pitch is going to be over the plate for them, where you should, jam them inside. Well, our pitchers and catchers have the option to change the pitch. And most of the time, I'd say most of the time, 80% of the time, it works. Sometimes we called the right pitch and they shook it off and got the wrong result. But I'd say all in all, they do a good job.
More about Katie. How much of a joy has it been for you? I mean, obviously you're winning. I mean, hey, that's great. But to have her as a pitcher, show dedication in the weight room and just in the circle, improving as a pitcher. How great has it been to be her coach and just see her grow this season?
Well, how grow she has. We at the beginning of the year we figured her number 3. Like she said, she got injured early and was out. We said, okay, she's number 3. But as we progressed early, we realized that she could win for us, and she moved up from number 3 to 2, and then 2 to right now she's our go-to pitcher. This week at the regionals, we're going to go with her, and hopefully we only got one game a day, which would work out fine for us. Not to mention Perez does a good job, but Obima has an 18-0 record in the league. That should get her all league honors for sure.
I mean, conference games definitely gets you the conference titles, wins, but like you just said, Katie, undefeated in league play. I mean, you say your conference games, it's what they count the most. To have a pitcher undefeated, definitely says a lot about her.
Well, 18-0, that's pretty good no matter where it is. Our conference is tough. Everybody in conference basically is beating each other. Some teams haven't beaten us. East Bay didn't beat us. And we took 4 out of 5 from Sonoma. We took 4 out of 5 from Dominguez Hills. But in the conference, we slammed them. As mentioned, we feel the best 2 teams are playing right off the bat. But any one of these teams can win it. We know that. And it's going to be on the radio, and that's great, and so people can follow us.
Tom has some big shoes. We talked about Katie, but Chrissy Stoff, and she got another Player of the Week honor, well deserved, and relived that moment when she hit when they gave her the record for the all-time school record in home runs, and after she touched home. And what was that like for you as the coach?
Well, I had to hold back tears. I was so happy for her. I knew she was going to break the record. I told Tommy she's going to break the record. I said she might add to that. I talked to you at halftime, in between the games, and I said the day's not over, and she hit 2 more. Stoff works at it. When she came here as a freshman, she could hit the ball hard in right field, and we talked about it. And I said they're going to pitch you outside. You've got to learn to hit the outside pitch with power. And we changed her bat a little bit this year, added a bigger bat because she's stronger, a longer bat, gave her an extra inch. and the sweet spot. Every bat has a sweet spot, and the sweet spot was right there, and she's been hitting that sweet spot all year.
Nice. Let's talk now about. Okay, let's now talk about this conference tournament before you head to the Division II tournament. But talk about this conference tournament where everybody's familiar with one another, and Dominguez, like you said, another team like yourself, playing well.
Well, Dominguez is 34-19, so they've lost a few games. We're 44-12. I think that all goes out the window. It's you get one shot at Dominguez, and hopefully you beat them. You don't want to have to play them again. We feel that we can beat anybody at any time. We have the hitters that can do it, and we have the pitching. My comment is we got to beat them all anyway. That's the way I feel. I always feel that way. We always go into a tournament and think we're going to win it. The Lord willing, we win it.
Do you, you guys have had a lot of success, but you've been at home for a while now. Going back on the road, does that kind of worry you at all, or you just, hey, let's get on the road and let's take care of business?
I'm talking about being on the road. 4 years ago, we didn't play any games at home. 3 years ago, we played 4 games at home. 2 years ago, we played 8 games at home. On the road, this team knows what the road's all about. We've been playing, Stops played their whole life on the road. And this year we were at home, and we had the home field advantage. It's our dirt, our sun, our win, and it all worked for us. Girls lost the ball in the sun, which helped us, and we didn't. Ground ball, the slappers, the ball didn't bounce as high, which they want to do. So it all pans out. Our pitchers were used to it with our turf and did well. Other pitchers struggled with it. We played down at Dominguez Hills. You throw downhill. Everything slopes downhill. Going on the road, we're used to that. We played a lot of ball games on the road this year, and we still won on the road. We had a bad outing at Vegas, but we weren't ready at Vegas. Our pitchers weren't ready. Our defense wasn't ready. We lost the game, but we're up 7-4 going into the bottom of the 6th, and the next thing we know, bingo, they score about 11 runs. Drop ball in center field, drop balls, ground ball at second, third baseman boots the ball. We got a run down. The pitcher's involved in a run down, and she throws it away, and we weren't ready. We're ready now. I think we've peaked right now, and we've been sharpening a pencil, carpenter's pencil, and we've got that thing pretty sharp right now. And every week, every win, whoever did best that game cuts a little bit of it off, and the pencil is sharp.
I like that. I actually hope you do well at this tournament, but say if you didn't win it, do you feel like you guys should still get that #1 West Region ranking?
Well, okay, say we don't win the tournament. Okay, we played San Diego, we beat them 4 times. All right, they're there. Dominguez Hills, 4 out of 5. Sonoma, 4 out of 5. So we lose, we still are up on them. I believe we'll host. We should. But I can't see us having a real bad outing. We may lose. We lost to Dominguez Hills 2-1. Stoff hit a home run. Should have been a ball game. We had a base hit to left field that fell in there. We had a bunt that was misplayed, and then we had a ground ball to short. Another error, 2 errors, and then a girl comes up and dinks one over the third baseman's head. 2 runs. We lose 2-1.
Well, I'll ask you this question too. Years ago there wasn't a CC2A tournament, and now with a lot of the gals getting the first taste of postseason ball, how important is it to kind of with your team, with your players, that get a taste of that postseason?
Well, I think it's huge that we have this tournament at this time. It's huge. Gets you ready. I wish there was more time between this one and the next one, because you burn out your pitchers. But San Diego is juicing. You got to remember, San Diego last year was second in the country. The year before that, they won it. They had 8 starters on that team against us, and we handled that pretty good. Our girls hadn't had any postseason play for 4 years. This was it.
Good stuff. Well, good luck this weekend.